underlined word. Okay, so we're just choosing one suffix. We've got 4 different options underneath, A, B, C, and D. And just choose one of them to decide what the correct answer is. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, so we have everybody in now. That's great. Okay, so who would like to volunteer for this question? Anybody? You can just raise your hand. So you have these icons at the bottom of your screen, depending on what you're using exactly. And then you can just raise your hand if you like. And you can contribute. Okay, so let's go to the first person. So who do we have here? We got Isa is the first one to raise his hand. Okay, Isa, I'm just going to unmute you very quickly. So, hi, Isa. Hi, you okay? Good boy. Okay, so what do you think the correct answer is here, Isa? A. So the word's going to become? Powerful. Well done. Good boy. Okay, good. So powerful is the correct answer here. So we're going to pick option A, which is the top one. So he was so powerful that it took 6 policemen to hold him down. Good. Let's go into the next question. So in the sentence below, choose one of the suffixes which will fit correctly onto the end of the word underlined. So here we had to visit the history something at the school. So what do we think here? Who would like to volunteer for this question? Okay, so let's go towards Shama, who's put her hand up as well. Hi, Shama.
Hi.
Hi there. What do you think about this question?
I think the answer would be C.
C. So department?
Yeah.
Well done. Good girl. Okay, so we had to visit the history department at the school. So C is correct. Well done. And now we're at the next question. In the sentence below, choose one of the suffixes which will fit correctly onto the end of the word. So it was a something moment in the film. And let's go to the next person who has their hand up. Let's go to, I think it's Awais. Okay, Awais. Hi, Awais.
Hi.
Hi there. What do you think?
I think it is.
You might have to repeat that again because you just cut off.
I think it's A.
A. Fantastic. Well done. Good answer. So this will then give us, it was a wonderful moment in the film. So A is the correct answer. Well done. Okay, so the next one, we have the Queen waved goodbye to the something. What do we think this is? And let's go to Isa. Let's go to Isa Ashraf. Hi, Isa. Just unmute yourself. Hi, Isa.
Hi.
Hi there. Okay, so what do you think the answer is going to be here?
Is it warship?
The Queen waved goodbye to the warship. Yes, it is indeed. That's good. Well done. Good boy. Okay, let's just, in that case, click on D, lock that in, and we'll go on to the next one. So now we have, she was hard, the best behaved pupil at school. So let's see who we have here with their hands up. Anybody would like to go for this one? Please do let me know. She was hard, the best behaved pupil at school. Okay, let's go to Humera. Hi, Humera. Just click on the button. Well done. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think it would be B.
You think it would be B? Oh, okay, so is that Humera or Mesa?
No.
Okay, good. Well done. So this is the correct answer. We have, she was hardly the best behaved pupil at school. So we're going for the option B in this case. Okay, so she was hardly the best behaved pupil at school. So let me just quickly review with you. that a suffix is a word that you put at the end of another word to make a brand new word, okay? So if you were to put a word at the beginning of another word to make a brand new word, that is what we call a prefix. But if you put a word at the end of a word to make a brand new word, that's called a suffix, okay? Good. And now we're on to some new questions now. So let's have a look at this. So we've got some punctuation here. So in the sentence below, one of the following types of punctuation has been missed out. Work out which type of punctuation is missing and choose the correct answer. So this might not be too easy, but we've got to think carefully about this. All right. So he can't come out to play today, said Stephen. He can't come out to play today, said Stephen. So there's one word in this sentence here where we are contracting. So contracting means that we need to shorten. So when we shorten a word, we have to put a particular punctuation mark within the word to make sure that the word is sounded correctly. So who would like to go for this question? Okay, got quite a few hands up here, but let me just go to somebody else and let's talk to them very quickly. So, oops, I think okay, so if you could just press that button. Good, well done. So how are you, Aruj?
Good.
Good girl. Okay, did you understand this question?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have an answer for me?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead then. What do you think?
D.
B? Okay.
D.
So D. Okay, apostrophe. Now tell me something. Where do you think that this particular apostrophe is going to go?
Behind the N in can't.
So you mean this word here?
Yes.
So the apostrophe will go around about there, in between N and T?
Yes.
Well done, good girl. So he can't come out to play today, said Stephen. Well done, fantastic, good girl. Thank you. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Well done. Okay, so let's just clear this off and pick D for our correct answer. And now we're going on to the next one. So in the sentence below, one of the following types of punctuation has been missed out. Work out which type of punctuation is missing and choose the correct answer. So this is, where is the dangerous animal? Asked the man. Where is the dangerous animal? Asked the man. So here, we've got some hands up. Okay, Amira, would you like to go now? Okay, Amira.
It's a question mark.
So what do you think?
Question mark.
Question mark, good girl. Okay, I know you had your hand up before, so I just came to you for this one as well. Good girl, well done. And where do you think the question mark's going to go?
In between animal and inverted commas.
Okay, good girl, well done. Thank you. Okay, so where is the dangerous animal? So we're just going to enter a question mark because that's the one that's missing. So we'll go just here. Because this is a question, we always have to put a question mark at the end. Okay, so good. Good stuff. So let's click on question mark and now we'll go on to the next one. So the lady bought a hat, a scarf, and some perfume. The lady bought a hat, a scarf, and some perfume as well. All right. So just a quick reminder that you do have a chat box there as well. And by all means, you can test it out now if you like. You can enter your answers as you go along. That's no problem at all. Okay. So good. So the lady bought a hat, a scarf, and some perfume. So what do we think this is? Okay, so a lot of you are saying that the answer is going to be A. So there's actually a comma here that is missing. And let's show you exactly where the comma is going to go. So the lady bought a hat, a scarf and some perfume. So the comma is going to be just here, just after hat. All right. So the lady bought a hat. So when we have a list of different words, we always put a comma. But just bear in mind that you never put a comma before and. So you will never ever put a comma before and. Okay? It's only the comma that goes before in the list and not when there's an and there. Good. So let's just select comma in this case, which is A, and go on to the next one. We always go to the pantomime at Christmas. We always go to the pantomime at Christmas. So let's have somebody answer this question. Okay, let's see who we got here. In the meantime, you can just put your answers in the chat box. That'd be great. Hi there, how are you? Can you hear me? Somebody call RK.
Hello.
Hi there, who is this?
Ruby.
Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. Just make sure that when you sign in, just put your full name there so I can tell who it is.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant. So have you got the answer for me for this one? What do you think?
I think it's B.
Full stop, and where do you think this full stop is going to go?
At the end of the sentence.
Oh, well done. Brilliant. Okay, so we put a full stop right at the end of the sentence just there. So I've just put a small full stop for you in red. So we always go to the pantomime at Christmas. Okay, so well done to you. Good. And let's go, let's just put that in first of all, so we know that it's done. Go to the next one. So my group liked the book, The Lost Secret of Argos. So my group liked the book, The Lost Secret of Argos. Okay, so this is not Argos, the shop where we buy things in. This is Argos, the kingdom, just in case you're thinking. Okay. So what do we think we have here? Anybody would like to volunteer for this? Let's see who we got with their hands up. Okay, so if you have your hand up, by the way, again, just to show you people who are new for the first time, there's some small icons there, which could have a hand or something or a signal that you could press if you want to. All depends on what kind of computer or tablet that you're using. So when you just click on one of those hands, that means that you're ready to answer. And you can always put the hand down as well if you're not sure of a particular question either. I mean, I do go around quite randomly asking people questions anyway, so yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, who do we have? Okay, let's go to Hassan. I haven't asked Hassan yet. Hi, Hassan.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, good boy. So do you have any ideas for this one? It's a bit of a tricky one. So you know when you when there's speech and somebody,
Inverted commas.
yeah, good, inverted commas, well done. Have you got any idea where the inverted commas will go?
The first one will go behind my, and the last one will go after the full stop.
So my group liked the book, The Lost Secret of Argos. So basically it's telling us there's speech there and somebody's actually talking, and that's why we need inverted commas here. So that's very good, Hassan. So we're just going to put inverted commas there, okay? It kind of look like your small 66 and 99s, all right, just in case. So good, let's just put that down. So inverted commas, which is going to be E, the last one. All right, so we've got some new questions here now. So in the sentence below, choose one word from the options that fits the space. So these are more like closed passage type of questions. And we're looking for the correct answer out of the 4 options that will give us the correct sentence completion there. So what do we think for here? We ran all the way to the house to get some, I would say that in this case, it will be refreshments. Okay, refreshments, which is C. Now, refreshments means like drinks or snacks to kind of keep you going and hydrated. Okay, so everybody who wrote, yeah, that's good, well done. So I've got a lot of C's here as well, excellent. And for those people who are not quite sure and are here for the first time, you have this icon somewhere on your computer, and it's called a chat box. So within the chat box, what you can do is you can just type in your answers. You can just type in a letter. It doesn't have to be the whole word, all right, just for speed's sake. And if you're not sure of it right now and you're a little bit nervous, you don't want to accidentally press something wrong just in case something goes off, then don't worry. You can have a look at it at the end of class, okay? You'll get used to it sooner or later. So next question, I do not understand the best something to take. What do you think this is going to be? I would say in this case, it's going to be C, which is route. So I do not understand the best route to take, okay? Best route to take. There we go. We'll have some contributions for the next one. So the chairman was a notable something from the meeting. The chairman was a notable something from the meeting. Who would like to go for this one? Any volunteers? You can just click your hand or just raise your hand up. Okay, let's go to Isa first of all. Isa Tariq. Hi, Isa. Okay, just loud and clear. What do you think?
I think it might be visitor.
Say again, sorry.
I think it might be B.
B, visitor.
Yeah.
Try one more time, Isa. Try one more time.
The examiner.
The chairman was a notable examiner from the meeting. What do you think?
Actually, if it's from the meeting, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, what about this one? Isa, what about this one here? So the chairman was a notable absentee from the meeting. What do you think that would mean, that particular sentence?
I think it would it mean like the person that just a lot of notes.
Yes. So basically he was missing. He wasn't actually there. He was absent. He was absent from the meeting. So the chairman was a notable absentee from the meeting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Okay, brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's select C in this one. That was a bit of a tricky one, that one. And the next one, have a go at this. What do you think for this one? Just put your answers in the chat box for me as well. What do you think for the next one? Okay, good, good. So I've got some answers coming in. Well done. Okay, a few more seconds. Okay, well done. So I've got plenty of correct answers here that have just come in. So in this case, you're going to have, we enjoyed going to the football match. We enjoyed going to the football match. Well done for everybody. And the next one, he was very something after running in the marathon. What do we think about this one? Right, so what do you think?
I think C, exhausted.
So he was very exhausted after running in the marathon. Yes, so what is a marathon? A marathon is a very long race. It's the longest race in athletics, okay? Within like the Olympics and so on as well. And you remember we have the London Marathon every year? We also have the High Wycombe Half Marathon most years, every year. So it's a very, very long race. So in this case, it will be exhausted. I think anybody would be exhausted after doing the marathon. And now we're on to some new questions. So let's have a look at this and let's read this together. So in the sentence below, there are two words in brackets which sound the same, but are spelt differently. Find the word that you think is the correct one for the sentence and choose the correct answer. So I'm just going to get you going with this one first of all, okay? So this is what we call homophones. Now, homophones are words that sound exactly the same, but they're spelt differently and have a different meaning. All right, I'll repeat that one more time. So these words are homophones that are spelt differently, but they sound the same and they have different meanings. All right, so sometimes my sister groans when she has to go to bed. So which groans do you think this is going to be? So I would go for the second one in this case. This one, oops, let me get rid of that a second and put my pen on. It'll be this one here. All right, so sometimes my sister groans when she has to go to bed. I know my own kids groan every single night when they have to go to bed because they're not happy about going to bed. So it's very difficult sometimes to force them into bed. But that will be the correct answer. Okay. Let's just select this one and move on to the next one. Okay, so have a go at this one. My uncle passed his driving test yesterday. Which one do you think this is going to be? Be very careful with this one. One means past in behind us, the times that have gone behind us. And another past is like when you pass a test. Okay, Ruj, what do you think about this one?
Pass, B.
B? Oh, well done. And what does the other past mean, Ruj?
Like past tense.
Excellent. Good answer. Good go. So, yes, it is indeed. It's the second one. So we'll go for the second one. We'll select the second one in this case. So it's going to be B. My uncle passed with the ED at the end his driving test yesterday. Okay, have a look at this. He heard the loud explosion in the night. He heard the loud explosion in the night. Give you a few seconds to do that one. Okay, well done. So it's going to be the second one. So he heard the loud explosion in the night. So H-E-A-R-D. Now the first one, H-E-R-D, that's like a herd of cows, for example. So like a collection and a group of cows. That's what H-E-R-D is. But H-E-A-R-D is when you actually hear something. Have a go at this one. They're going to move to a new house today. So again, the words kind of sound the same, but they're spelt differently and they have different meanings. Okay, so in this case, you know the first word here? So this word here, that's short for they are. That's short for they are. So if you were to say they are going to move to a new house today, does that make sense? Yes, it does. But because we've contracted the words, and the word contracted again means we've shortened the word, so we'll pronounce it as they're going to move to a new house today. All right? Whereas because it's they are, that means there is more than one person. there is more than one person involved here. So that kind of gives us a bit of a clue as well. Okay, so it will be the first one. So they're going to move to the new house today. All right, good. Have a go at the next one. The old woman had to brake hard in her car. So one break is like, for example, if you take a lunch break, and the other break is when you put your foot down in a car to stop the car. So good. In this case, it's going to be the second one, all right? Because the first one, A, that's like a lunch break, whereas the second one is more like a break when you actually put your foot on the pedal just to slow down your car or stop the car. Good. So in this question here, in the sentence below, work out what the plural of the word underline would be. Choose the correct option. So the shelf was full of old books. So what's the correct spelling here for the plural? What's the correct spelling here for the plural? What's the correct link in this case? Yep, good. A lot of you got this one right. So it's C, the shelves were, the shelves, or the shelves, or the shelves. So they're very similar, aren't they, in meaning? Shelf was full of old books. So it should be the shelves altogether. That's where the plural comes in. And once the plural comes in, then the sentence changes completely as well. So have a go at this one. So this one's a bit of a trick question. 10 sheep were grazing in the field. What do you think the plural for this is going to be? Yeah, good. So in this case, sheep will always remain as sheep. So it's not going to be sheeps with an S. It will always remain as sheep, S-H-E-E-P. It doesn't matter if there's one sheep or 100 sheep. The spelling is exactly the same. Okay, good. And my brother gave me half of his apple. What's the plural for half? Again, this is very similar to shelf and shelves, just to give you a clue. Yep, so halves is correct. So half becomes halves. Well done. Have a go at this one. Potato. The potato is used to make chips. Yep, so the pronunciation is potatoes, and that's going to be P-O-T-A-T-O-E-S. So it's basically toes, T-O-E-S at the end. Okay, well done. Now we're looking at, he was a brave hero to rescue the dog from drowning. So we need to find out the plural for the word hero. What do we think that's going to be? Yes, it will be heroes, but we just need to make sure we get the spelling right. So it's H-E-R-O-E-S. H-E-R-O-E-S. So we just stick on a E-S at the end. All right, so B is the correct answer. Good. And now we're moving on to some new questions. So let's read this question together. So in the line below, select which word will fill the space with an adjective formed from the noun on the left. So we're going to convert this word on the left into an adjective. An adjective is a describing word. So an adjective is a describing word. So let me just get you started first of all. The man was very, I would say, energized, energyful, or energetic. So we're going to go for D. So the man was very energetic for 83. In other words, he was 83 years old. That is old. And he was very energetic for 83. Okay, so energetic will be the answer. Good. Have a go at this one. Isa, just put your answers in. Thank you. Well done. So Sean, you've given me an answer now, and you said that this answer is going to be reasonable, right? So let's have a look. I thought the referee was a reasonable man. And I think that sounds good. So I thought the referee was a reasonable man. Well done. Let's move on to the next one. You can pronounce the words out to yourself as well, and just make sure it kind of makes sense. Just a few more seconds to do this. Thank you, good, well done. Okay, so Shama, you have now said that the answer for this is going to be mountainous, which is B. So the road went through mountainous territory. And be careful with the spelling here as well, because it's a longer word. Okay, well done. And we had a something time at the fun fair. We had a something time at the fun fair. So we need to turn into a describing word into an adjective. Good, so Isa, I've got your answer, and you're saying that it's going to be B. So let's have a look at this. So we had a marvelous time at the fun fair. I think that sounds good. That sounds good. So let's have a look at the spelling. So it's going to be B. We had a marvelous time at the fun fair. Good. Okay, next one is volcano. There was volcano ash everywhere. Let's turn this into an adjective. Good, so it's going to be A, which is volcanic. There was volcanic ash everywhere. Volcanic ash everywhere. All right, because this is a long test, I'm just going through some of the questions slightly quicker, especially the ones that everybody got right in before earlier as well. All right, so the sentence below contains two verbs. Work out what the two verbs are, then choose the correct option. So we're looking at verbs. What are verbs? Verbs are doing words or action words. Verbs are doing words or action verbs. So here, the first one, just to get you started, Sally didn't see the truck as she crossed the road. So I've got two here, which I've identified. Let's see if you get the same. So see and crossed will be two doing words, two action words, all right? So in this case, see and crossed, which is B, will be the correct answer here. And have a go at this one. I wish the sun would come out. I wish the sun would come out. Okay, so Aruj, you've given me an answer and you said that the answer is wish and come. Wish and come. So let's just double check this very quickly. So wish and come, the two doing words. And that I think makes sense. Well done. So the two doing words, action words in the sentence is correct. And we'll go for D as our right answer. We hurried to wave to the train. And what do we think the two verbs are in this case? Hassan, you are saying that the answer is going to be hurried and wave. So hurried and wave. And that's correct. Well done. So we're going to go for D for this one. And Mike laughed at what she said. And okay, Awais, so I haven't got your audio on at the moment, so I can't come to you, I'm afraid. You might just want to check that quickly, okay? So let's have a look at this. So the answer, the two words here are going to be laughed and said. So well done to you who got this right. Mike laughed at what she said. So laughed and said will be the two words. And the next one, the hedgehog tried to cross the busy road. Okay, good. So Isa Ashraf and Isa Tariq, you gave me the correct answer there as well. So the answer is tried and cross. And Shama, you as well, well done. Okay, some new, last part of our class now. We've only got a few minutes left, so let's just go through this together. New question. Let's read this together. In the sentence below, there is a word that has been deliberately spelt wrong. Spot the word and then choose the option that has the correct spelling of that word. So which word do we think here has been spelt wrong? And what is the correct spelling in that case? The baby had a quiet night's sleep. That's what I can see here. The baby had a quiet night's sleep. So yes, quiet has been spelt wrong. And if you look here at D, quiet, so it should be Q-U-I-E-T, quiet, rather than quite. A lot of students get the spellings wrong for these two words, so just be aware of these words, quite and quiet. Good. And in school we had to draw a block graph. So which word here is spelled wrong, do you think? Yes, okay, Shama and Rich, well done. So graph is spelled wrong. So you see that graph there is G-R-A-F-F in our sentence, but it should be G-R-A-P-H. So this is like graph paper that we use in school, you know, one with the coordinates and lots of small little lines where you can actually make bar charts on line graphs. So that's the type of graph that we're talking about here. Good, okay, the girl had an excellent report. So what's the word that's been spelled wrong here? Okay, excellent. That's all I can say for this one. Well done. Hassan, you got that one right as well. So the girl had an excellent report. So there's no S there in excellent. There's only a C. And my father couldn't reach the ceiling. My father couldn't reach the ceiling. Okay, so yes, ceiling is the correct one. So at the moment we've got ceiling spelled as C-E-E-L-I-N-G, but it should really be spelled as C-E-I-L-I-N-G. That's correct. Okay, and now we're on the last question. At the fete, there was a coconut shy. So what do you think that's going to be? What's spelled wrong there? Coconut, yes, this is how you spell coconut. So option C will be the correct answer. So cocoa, C-O-C-O, and then we just apply the nut at the end, which is N-U-T. And that's it. We're done. All right. So a lot of you are familiar with these questions, but it's very important for me as your teacher to make sure that I go through every question, just to make sure that you're all 100% in this and you know exactly what you're doing. So well done to you. What I'm going to do tonight is I will email your parents with a new homework after I finish my classes. And we're going to be looking at a different subject, verbal reasoning, for next week. If you've done that paper, if you've done that test paper already accidentally, then you'll have to do it one more time, because when I allocate the homeworks, and I have to check and mark from my side as well. All right. So I'll leave you instructions with your homework later on tonight via email with your parents. But in the meantime, thank you very much for attending this class. Thank you. And look after yourself. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? Good. So look after yourselves. Take care, and see you on Thursday for our next class. Take care. Bye-bye.